Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a Grand Solar Minimum update Saturday, January 11th, 2020 at 11 p.m. Mountain Time. Take a look at the models. You're looking at the Canadian model showing a heavy strip of snow moving to the east. But the big story, keep calm, it's boom time. Deadly storm sweeps through southern United States, leaving 9 dead. Tornadoes are to blame for most of them. Authorities say 9 people have died in severe storms that are spreading across much of the U.S., bringing dangerous winds across the South and blinding snow and ice parts of the Great Plains and Midwest. At least 7 tornadoes have been confirmed in Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas, according to the National Weather Service. 3 people were confirmed dead in Alabama near the town of Carlton and Pickens after an embedded tornado within a long line of intense thunderstorms ravaged the area, according to the Alabama Emergency Management Agency. Power is out in Alabama. We'll get to that. In Lubbock, Texas, 2 first responders were struck and killed by a vehicle as they were attending to a traffic accident brought on by icy road conditions. A 27-year-old police officer died at the scene, Associated Press reported, while the 39-year-old firefighter was pronounced dead at the hospital. A 3rd person was reported dead in Texas when a car flipped into a creek in Dallas as severe thunderstorms swept through the city. On the other side of Texas border, in the town of Benton in Bossia Parish, Louisiana, winds were so strong that they peeled the roof off of an entire wing of the middle school. Who's no fool? Firefighters in Bosnia Parish recovered the bodies of an elderly couple on Saturday near the demolished trailer, the sheriff office wrote in a Facebook post. Another man died when a tree fell on his house in Oil City early Saturday morning. A morning he will soon forget, or he already forgot it. Here is the excessive rainfall outlook for the next 24 hours. If you're in the yellow lobe, look out, because according to USGS stream flow data, which we've been watching exclusively because James Crouch, the bee specialist, brought it to our attention. Now, the blue dots and the black dots are 90% or flood stage or greater of saturation. And these are the regions that are going to be hardest hit in the coming moments, hours, days. A significant storm to impact the eastern half of the U.S. through the weekend. A potent storm system will bring a variety of hazards and some record high temperatures to the eastern half of the U.S., adding insult to injury. Those same areas will see their ass off in a few days. Parts of the plains, Midwest, and northern New England will experience heavy snow and ice, while heavy rain and flooding are expected just south of the wintry precipitation. Severe thunderstorms and tornadoes are possible over portions of the Gulf Coast, Southeast, and the Mid-Atlantic, currently under watches and warnings. Check on your county here. Hello, North Carolina, West Virginia, Georgia, and South Carolina. Please, click your county if you care. Look at how lime green it is out here in Missouri. Southern Missouri is saturated. If you just watched Top Knot's video, you understand why there are flood watches and warnings in the entire lower portion of this mitten. They're smitten. Look at the ice warnings in deep purple. And you will slide to your delight if you want to take a ride tonight. Waves more than 20 feet high could hit Chicago Lakeshore as winter storm pounds plains in the upper Midwest, and things are freezing as they drip. Are you dripping it? Are you picking it? More than 1,000 flights have been canceled most of them at O'Hare International. O'Hare! Power was out to more than 30,000 customers. The Packers called for 700 volunteers to help shovel the snow at Lambeau Field. They needed to keep playing. It's like Rome once again. High waves are pounding the shores of Lake Michigan and Chicago and surrounding areas. It's getting scariest. Not really. This is called winter. Second round of snow scaled back. Take a look. Only 3 to 6 expected for Wallamush and Milwaukee, as well as Kenosha. Shosha. Winter weather advisory in effect for much of the state, including central Oklahoma, Ponca City, Bartlesville, Red Tie Guy. I can't even make this up. And I'm doing something right now, so I can't scroll down. Okay. Oklahoma City, a winter weather advisory is now in effect for much of Oklahoma, including the Oklahoma metro city area. That is where my stalker is, maybe, potentially. The advisory is in effect till 12 p.m. Saturday. Oklahomans are urged to watch out for slippery road conditions. Now, the other night I said Edmontonians, and someone commented below that I was out of my mind. But it was part of the headline that I was reading. Although there are Edmontonians, by the way. So, as I digress, Bartlesville, Ponca City, you can see Stillwater, you're on the edge of the cusp of the yellow dot. You know what that means. Potentially historic ice storm moving into mid-Michigan. Yes, 0.84 inches of ice in Owosso. Say it ain't so-so. Flint, 0.87 inches of ice. La Pierre, 0.79. An inch or more in Caro, which is a syrup on the shelf. Bad axe means you need to sharpen it. Almost an inch of ice. Sandusky. I dated a girl from there. They have an awesome roller coaster somewhere there. 0.85 inches of ice on that coaster. 0.12 in Mount Pleasant, which will not be so pleasant in a moment. Severe storms move across the U.S., and she is completely done up to tell you about it. Photos from the Memphis snow, heavy damage left after the storm, which is not the norm. And there's more than almost a third of a million customers without power across 9 states today. 312,120. Alabama, big winner at 133,000. And that's old news. What's happening now? Come over to Power Outage US to know what's happening. And you're totally screwed. 56,000 out in Bama, 80,000 in Georgia, and almost a half a dozen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, more than a half a dozen states that aren't looking so great. 11,000 in South Carolina, 13,000 North Carolina, 15,000 in Virginia. West Virginia, 15,000, 22,000 out in Kentucky. Tennessee has almost 30,000 outages, 13,000 in Arkansas, 25,612 in Mississippi. MISSI, PPI. PowerOutage.us. Accumulating snow. This is fun for me and you. Who knew? Boom! There we are. Accumulating snow likely for Seattle, Portland, as new storm clashes with the bitterly cold air. We've been making fun of this whole scenario, and it's not getting fun anymore. Sunday through Thursday, coldest air this year. Snow includes valleys and coasts, major travel delays. And don't think that I'm full of it, because it's not going to happen until late Sunday. Temperatures are expected to fall late in the day Sunday. That will be your fun day. Boom! What is this? What's happening here? Oh my goodness. Windy at the coast, power disruptions, falling snow levels, and 5G protection. Always. Snow in major passes. The dark blue is going to be heavy snow, and the pink will be rain to snow Sunday, which will be your fun day. Wet snowflakes are expected in places that have missed out on the snow thus far 2020, like Seattle. It's possible that up to an inch of accumulation could fall in some of the lower elevations through early Monday before drier conditions return and much colder, chillier. Let's check the analyzer over at the weather.gov site here, and we can see the biggest winner is just east of Seattle. You're looking at the 24-hour totals, and you can see that this storm has not brought much snow at all. A little bit of strip through Iowa. Some people called me this morning from Oklahoma, had a little snow. That must be up in this dot. But the predictions are for much more snow in these regions moving as the storm moves east and the cold air ensues. So let's real quick take a pause on the model and let's run you through. We're looking at the Canadian model, and you can see the heavy snow out west there in the Cascades, Washington State, and Oregon being the big winners. But you can also see the Midwestern storm moving through over the next 24 hours, Sunday, Monday. You can see where the big winners are going to pick up 4 to 6, 8 inches in northern Michigan, a big streak across Canada, and just a little tippy touch here. Big winners northern Maine in our country. But let's just walk it through. Wednesday, there's another system that's going to go through the northeast. As the west continues to pick up snow, another system goes through the northeast on Thursday through Friday, and then Saturday through Sunday. Next weekend is looking like the Northeast big winner. Philadelphia, the Poconos, North Jersey. Hello. Connecticut. Welcome to the snowgram. Are you picking up what we just put down? Texas is the nexus of the schmexus getting snow. More snow. Let's go up to Canada where they're freezing their off. Now, temperatures will be among the lowest on Earth with intense deep freeze and totally hot weather forecasters. I can't even make this up.
Across the prairies, the frigid temperatures, Arctic air sinking itself.
Yeah, it doesn't play for us ever now anymore.
Main story across the prairies, the frigid temperatures, Arctic air sinking.
See that? So I'm just going to stop it before it embarrasses us. While the prairies are currently experiencing a deep freeze, temperatures are about to get much colder as Arctic air will remain situated across the region through next week. The deep freeze is courtesy of a cross-polar flow pulling in some of the chilliest air the northern hemisphere into the region, or the last century, by the way. I don't know if you've heard, but some of the coldest air ever recorded is going to hit the east. And let's see if we can actually play this. Oh, absolutely not. Because it was already on
century and beyond. Forecast through parts of southern.
Let's work with it.
Coldest air this century and beyond.
No, they do not. Canada's blocked us.
Forecast through parts of southern British Columbia, including coastal BC. This will be an extremely memorable Arctic air event.
Either that
and
or
it's
Alan's
supported
porn on the
by
internet.
statistical guidance showing it.
I'm so
Century
sick of this.
and beyond. Forecast through parts of southern.
Not even worth it, man. Jesus. So basically what the article says is that the temperatures up in this region on the coast of BC are going to be so cold, your knickers are going to be in a bunch. The coldest temperatures in over 100 years in some regions, especially inland, are going to be broken. And that's just a token of what's happening up in Canada. I wish I could play those videos. I used to be able to play them, but we just don't have the bandwidth anymore. Temperatures will be among the lowest on Earth. And if we could play the video, where they actually had some of the data here, which I think they do. Let's go there. Yeah. You could see some of the temperatures here in the prairies. Look at this. Minus 38 in Grand Prairie. Minus 38 in Cold Lake. Minus 35 in Edmonton. And in Edmonton, the weekly forecast doesn't get above minus 28 at all. Hello, Calgary.
The main story across the prairies, the frigid temperatures, Arctic air.
She's just playing with us. And then Saskatchewan on Tuesday. Same scenario.
Air
and
sinking
this is
itself
moving
south,
east.
and with that as
We're done
well,
with
wind
you.
chill values feeling into the minus 30s, minus 40s for some. When those colors become white and dark purple,
It's still
you know
playing.
it is absolutely frigid. Now,
Can we shut her up? Yeah, we did it. And if you look at the data, this portion of Canada, Saskatoon minus 40 here on Tuesday for a low, minus 30 for a high. That's going to be warmer than that area of Russia up in the Arctic Circle where all the cute girls have their eyebrows frozen. That's insane. Yakutsk. It's like up here. It's like, I don't know. It's insane. Winnipeg, minus 13. Brandon, minus 19. Minus 26 in Regina. Minus 28 in Medicine Hat. You imagine how cold it's going to be in Montana for the high? Hello? Where's Al Gore when you need him? Another earthquake hits Puerto Rico with 5.9 magnitude. That just happened, I don't know, 30 hours ago. After the energy moved south to the Dominican Republic, it popped back up to kick Puerto Rico right in the buttocks. A magnitude 5.9 earthquake rattled Puerto Rico on Saturday, fueling anxiety amongst residents and sending them running in terror. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't you? Would you just look at it? The quake was about 8 miles south of Indios in the Caribbean Sea, the USGS said, at a depth of just 6.2 miles, about 10 kilometers. Oh, dear. The preliminary first and downgrade service to the 5.9. There you can see the quake. Some aftershocks have occurred as expected. In this quake up here in the north, I'm sure Mary Greeley's crickets are chirping off the Hizzock, 2.5 in Seeley Lake, Montana. It's boom time in Yosemite, or Yellowstone, wherever they want it to explode. Worldwide volcano news update. No quakes of note. No volcanoes exploding of note. Sabancaya, Popo, Fuego, all puffing and passing. Klucheskov, even blowing to 20,000 feet multiple times day after day. But the big news is Popo Catapeto. 48 hours ago, hours of powers with this extremely amazing activity. And we're going to watch it pre-recorded for your delight. Tonight, the entire 2 minutes. Hello. And we're back like crack. And someone even commented they think I smoked crack earlier today in the description box down there. That's hilarious. Because we must pause. And those of you that are watching the channel for the first time, we are advocates of Alcoholics Anonymous and other methods of getting sober and getting your life back together, because that's the only reason I'm on air and Leah is joining me. It's not fight or flight. It's fix the problem. Hello. So those of you that don't get what we're putting down, I apologize. Just a small percentage. Mysterious virus spreads in China. Over 40 people infected. Is this SARS 2020? Or did we create this over there and whatever? It's certainly pneumonia or something like it. And the Chinese have been wearing these masks for decades, so I don't think there's anything new going on. Thousands protested in Tehran against the regime after it admits shooting down the plane. And I'm wondering why Justin Trudeau hasn't gone to war. Maybe it's because of Trump. It's all his fault. I read articles saying it's Trump's fault that Iran shot down the plane. If he didn't kill the guy in the first place, then their faulty systems would have never blown down a passenger jet. Are you telling me that's the only jet flying out of Tehran? Not. There are hundreds of jets. This is Iran's problem. Their crap blew down a passenger jet. For goodness sake. Their equipment was bad. So bad it killed almost hundreds of people. All going to Canada. And Canada's looking for answers. But Canada's like France. That's all I'm going to say there. Aerosol spread from Australian fires. This is the cooling element. I mean, we're talking these fires producing more ash than Popo could ever boom boom. And now we have some of the imagery coming out from the experts, which are telling you the world is burning up as this cloud of ash cools it down. Did you just pick that up? That's the aerosol puff, pass. Right across the... Hey guys, if you're watching Space Weather and you know where to look, you're looking to know where to look. If you want to know where to look for the space weather that you're looking for, I'm going to leave you links to swpc.noaa.gov. Now, I know it's the people that we make fun of, but this is the satellites we use and the data sets we work with. The Aurora, CMEs, the Sun, the Helio Viewer. All the satellites that we use are owned by the people that are keeping us in the dark while keeping us in the light at the same time. You see, you have to use the system to beat the system. And they're giving us just enough information to keep us stupid enough to believe what they're saying. But we don't need to follow it. Opinions are like, everyone's got one. And we can look at the GOES X-ray flux. Absolutely nothing happening today. Proton flux 0. Planetary K index dropping off. Completely quiet. Many people predicted a deadly CME was going to kill us all today. And it's almost the quietest the Earth has ever been. That's how wrong the frauds were that were warning you that today was the end of your life. Yet you continue to still watch the channels that predict time and time again the wrong scenario that never happens. Solar wind speed is below 420, which means we can't even pass it or puff it. All is quiet on the Western Front. First sighting of hot gas sloshing in a galaxy cluster is the first sighting of dark energy. There it is. Do you see all that glowing there? Positive and negative. Magnetically mixing. Almost like circular Birkeland currents flowing. 99.9% of the missing matter is glowing in front of your very eyes. The dark matter is plasma. And the mainstream is illuminating it. And they're fascinated. Yet they still don't know what they're looking at. I'll leave you links below to the first sighting of dark energy and dark matter. And that's tonight's first boom. I hope we illuminated some scientists to look at the colors in a different way. Major Greenland glaciers are growing. As of this year, we have confirmation. Yes, there it is. Jakobshavn Glacier. 2016, 2017, 2018, rapid growth. Miles of accumulated ice and snow pushing out to the ocean. Not a single alarmist reporting on the glacier. 18-karat gold nugget made of plastic. What the? They're making plastic gold alloys. So they're lighter. So rich people can wear them on their necks better. Triple pop with a boom. We're worried about microplastics, plastic gyres in the ocean, and we're making gold out of plastic. Are you? Nope, you're not. If you haven't seen the video that Leah and I put out yesterday, do it. The first in a series of cosmic conversations with Leah and Diamond. If you want to learn something, listen. If you don't. How cannabis promotes grain cell growth in humans. Well, we have it right here. Cannabis can trigger brain cell growth in humans, a new study says. Neurogenesis mostly takes part in two parts of the brain. It takes part in the subventricle zone, the SVZ, and the subgranular zone, the SGZ. Neurogenesis is vitally important in the adult brain as it regulates mood, brain health, and learning. Some psychiatric disorders are believed to be related to impaired neurogenesis. Guess what helps spark healing in that problem area? Yes. 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 Could it be a dab we're looking for? Maybe. Now, cannabis doesn't only make you well mentally, physically, spiritually. It's also funding a solution to homelessness. In Aurora, Colorado, $7.3 million from marijuana tax revenue now provides affordable housing, health care, job placement, and other things to the homeless population in Aurora. And your city can be part of this too. While making the general population well, feeling better, getting off of pharmaceuticals, staying healthy, it can also get homeless people off the streets and on the same path as you are. Cannabis cures all. Period. Hope you got something out of the video. Times are changing. Keep calm. We love you. Thanks to all our one-time donors. Everyone that shares these videos. And all the stupid comments we get. That's boo. That's big boo. We love you. Peace out.